Allow me to ask you this. When you walk through the grocery store and you pick up a beautiful pink fillet of salmon or a handful of shrimp for your salad, you feel like you're making one of the best possible choices for your health, don't you? We're told again and again, seafood is good for the brain, for the joints, and especially for our hearts. But what if I told you that for four of the most popular best-selling seafoods in America, that feeling of safety is nothing more than a dangerous illusion? What if that healthy dinner was silently depositing a uniquely stubborn plaque into your arteries, triggering a hidden fire of inflammation in your joints, and setting the stage for a sudden, unannounced heart attack? How could something that looks so clean and pure be a hidden enemy? So why isn't this on the front page of the news? Why isn't your own doctor warning you specifically? Because the global seafood industry is a multi-billion-dollar machine, and some of these toxic items are its most profitable engines. To sound the alarm would disrupt entire supply chains. So the truth gets buried in complex, scientific journals far removed from your dinner plate. And what's the result? Millions of Americans over 60, the very people who are trying the hardest to protect their health, are unknowingly eating the very things that are tearing them apart from the inside. That is why tonight we are not just talking about food. We are talking about survival. Together, we are going to expose the four worst seafoods that are poisoning older adults based on real science. And more importantly, I will reveal the four best, often overlooked alternatives that you must eat instead. One of these healing seafoods, researchers are now calling it liquid cartilage for its ability to rebuild aging joints. Another is considered the ocean's multivitamin, capable of restoring energy and even helping hair grow back thicker. This isn't information you can find on a typical health blog. These are the details your own doctor, with only 15 minutes per patient, simply doesn't have time to share. So I sincerely ask you to stay with me. Your very next meal could depend on it. So what is the first enemy hiding on your seafood plate, often disguised as a diet option? Saboteur number 4, squid, the hidden cholesterol bomb. We often think of squid as a light choice, lower in fat than red meat, and that is the trap. For a person over 60, it is a deadly trap for your heart. Here's why. As we age, our liver no longer processes cholesterol as efficiently as it did in our youth. Imagine your liver is an old water treatment plant where the filters have started to slow down. Now imagine pouring a concentrated dose of cholesterol into that system. Every piece of squid you eat is like pouring a bucket of thick grease into an overloaded machine. It doesn't get processed and flushed out. Instead, it spills directly into your bloodstream, looking for a place to stick, and that place is your precious artery walls. But the danger doesn't stop there. Squid also contains a large amount of compounds called purines. Perhaps you've heard of them. When they enter the body, purines break down into uric acid. Once again, our aging kidneys struggle to filter out this uric acid quickly. Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night with a big toe that is swollen red and in so much pain it feels like 1,000 needles are piercing it? That is gout, and it's the result of these uric acid crystals depositing in your joints. So with squid, you get not one but two threats: a cholesterol bomb for your arteries and a dose of poison for your joints. Saboteur number 3. Imitation crab / surimi. The metabolic trickster. The next saboteur is even more insidious because it isn't even what it pretends to be. I'm talking about imitation crab. Let's be direct. Imitation crab is not seafood. It is a food technology product. Calling it crab is like calling a glass of sugar water fruit juice. It is made by grinding up fish scraps. usually the cheapest kind, and then mixing it with a blend of starch, sugar, salt, and chemical additives. It is white bread in stick form. When you eat it, your body doesn't recognize it as protein. It recognizes it as a hyper-refined carb. Your blood sugar skyrockets, and your pancreas has to work overtime to pump out insulin to deal with it. This shock, repeated over and over, is the root cause of insulin resistance, which leads to belly fat and that feeling of sluggish fatigue right after a meal that so many of us experience. Furthermore, just a few of those small sticks can contain an enormous amount of sodium. Do you ever experience swelling in your legs and ankles, or a feeling of dizziness when you stand up suddenly? The excess sodium from processed foods like this is one of the main culprits. Imitation crab is a carefully packaged illusion designed to look harmless, but it is silently sabotaging the metabolic balance you are trying so hard to maintain. The next enemy on our list looks so pure, so elegant. It's often considered a sophisticated and healthy delicacy. I'm talking about scallops. Scallops promise the benefits of seafood without any of the heaviness. But that's the core of the problem. They offer almost none of the benefits. You expect seafood to provide you with precious omega-3 fatty acids to protect your brain and heart rate. Eating scallops for omega-3s is like standing in the rain to take a shower. You get wet, but you don't get clean. The omega-3 content in scallops is so low, it's almost immeasurable compared to other types of fish. What do you get instead? You get a dose of a toxic heavy metal called cadmium. Unlike mercury, which is often found in large fish, cadmium naturally accumulates in filter-feeding shellfish like scallops. This means that even scallops harvested from the most pristine waters can contain cadmium. And here is the most terrifying part. Once cadmium enters your body, it never leaves. It finds its way to your kidneys and stays there year after year. Picture this. Every scallop you eat is like sending a few tiny toxic grains of sand to your kidneys. One meal won't ruin them, but dozens of meals over many years will slowly clog your body's precious filters, weakening their ability to control blood pressure and purify toxins. You eat scallops thinking you're doing something good, but you are actually trading a non-existent benefit for a real and permanent danger. It is an empty promise. Saboteur number 1. Shrimp. The perfect storm. And now we arrive at number 1. This seafood is everywhere from cocktail parties to the salad you take to work. It's shrimp. Why does shrimp top the list of saboteurs? Because it doesn't have just one problem. It is a perfect storm of multiple dangers combined. It attacks your heart, your digestive system, and your immune system all at once. First, and most obviously, is cholesterol. Just like squid shrimp contains an extremely high amount of cholesterol. For a heart over 60, that is an unnecessary burden. Second is the risk of hidden allergies. Many people tell me, "Doctor, I've eaten shrimp my whole life with no problem." But here is what you need to know. Our immune system changes as we age. It can become oversensitive. A person who has never had an allergy can suddenly develop a shrimp allergy after 60. If you occasionally experience unexplained rashes, itching, or abdominal discomfort after eating, the culprit could be right there on your plate without you even knowing. And finally, there is the harsh truth about the origin of shrimp. Over 90% of the shrimp we eat in America is imported farmed shrimp, often raised in crowded and unsanitary conditions. To prevent disease, they are frequently treated with large amounts of antibiotics, many of which are banned for use in the U.S. These antibiotic residues, however small, can destroy your delicate gut microbiome. This microbiome doesn't just control digestion, It controls your mood, your immune system, and even the level of inflammation in your body. When you eat shrimp from an unknown source, you could be unintentionally destroying the most important army of defenders inside your body. High cholesterol, allergy risks, and toxic antibiotic residues. You see, it is a perfect storm. Now that we have cleared the saboteurs from the kitchen, it's time to welcome the true guardians. These are not expensive or hard-to-find seafoods. They are the silent heroes of the ocean, containing the healing power that your body over 60 is craving. Ocean Guardian number 4, Sea Cucumber. The joint rebuilder. The first guardian may look a bit strange, but its effects are truly extraordinary. I'm talking about the sea cucumber. For years, you may have spent a lot of money on glucosamine and chondroitin pills, hoping to soothe your joint pain. But forget them. Nature has created a better, more effective version. Eating sea cucumber is like sending a professional, skilled repair crew directly to your aching joints. It doesn't just temporarily relieve pain, it provides the unique raw materials to rebuild the cartilage that has been worn away. The natural compounds in sea cucumber, like chondroitin sulfate and mucopolysaccharides, are the very bricks and mortar your body needs to mend the damage. Researchers are even calling it liquid cartilage for this incredible restorative ability. If your knees crackle every time you climb the stairs, or your back is stiff every morning, sea cucumber could be the answer you never expected. You don't need to eat it every day. Just adding it to a soup or stew once or twice a week is enough to begin the process of rebuilding the foundation for your mobility. Ocean Guardian number 3. Green-lipped mussel, the inflammation extinguisher. The next guardian comes from the pristine waters of New Zealand. It has a beautiful name, the green-lipped mussel. If the omega-3 in regular fish oil is a firefighting crew, then the compounds in green-lipped mussels are an elite special ops team. They don't just put out the general fire of inflammation, they target one of the key enzymes that causes your pain and swelling. This mussel contains an extremely rare fatty acid called ETA, which has been shown to block inflammatory pathways that regular fish oil can't touch. This is especially effective for morning joint stiffness or that achy feeling when the weather changes. For those who are tired of relying on daily pain medication, the green-lipped mussel offers a natural, powerful, and stomach-safe solution. It doesn't just mask the pain, it addresses the root cause of that pain. The second guardian on our list is a familiar food, but its true power is often underestimated. I'm talking about oysters. Let's be honest, do you often feel tired for no reason? Is your hair thinning? Do you catch colds more easily than before? Chances are it's not just old age. It's likely that you are deficient in crucial micronutrients that a body over 60 has trouble absorbing. You could be malnourished even if you eat 3 full meals a day. Oysters are nature's solution to this problem. It is the ocean's multivitamin. Just a few oysters provide you with more than 100% of your daily needs for zinc. Why is zinc so important? Zinc is the foundation of a healthy immune system. It's essential for wound healing and for maintaining your senses of taste and smell. If you've noticed that small cuts on your skin take longer to heal, or that food doesn't taste as good as it used to, you are likely deficient in zinc. Oysters are also one of the best natural sources of vitamin B12. A B12 deficiency is a leading cause of brain fog, memory problems, and chronic fatigue in older adults. Eating a few oysters each week isn't just a meal. It's like recharging your body's battery, providing the essential sparks needed to restart your energy engine and your defense systems. Ocean Guardian number 1. Sea moss, Irish moss. The total body restorer. And finally, the most powerful, most comprehensive guardian is not an animal. It is a humble plant from the sea. It is sea moss, also known as Irish moss. Why does a plant top this list? Because it doesn't just solve one problem. It nourishes your entire foundational system. It doesn't just give you the fish, it teaches your body how to fish again. Here's how it works. Sea moss does not contain collagen. Instead, it provides your body with all the necessary raw materials, like vitamin C, sulfur, and amino acids, for your body to produce its own collagen. This is a huge difference. It helps restore elasticity to your skin from the inside out and strengthens the cartilage in your joints in a sustainable way. Furthermore, when you soak sea moss, it creates a soft gel called mucilage. This gel acts as a soothing lining for your entire intestinal tract. It calms acid reflux, nourishes beneficial bacteria, and helps your digestive system run more smoothly. It supports your thyroid with natural iodine, balances your blood pressure with potassium, and provides over 90 trace minerals your body needs to function optimally. No single seafood or pill can do all of that at once. Starting with just a small spoonful of sea moss gel in your smoothie or soup each day is the most powerful and comprehensive restorative action you can take for your body. That is why it deserves the #1 spot. Knowledge only becomes powerful when it is applied. Don't feel overwhelmed. Here are 3 simple steps to get you started today. Step 1. Start with one change. Don't try to change everything at once. This week, just replace one harmful seafood meal with one beneficial one. Swap the shrimp for a few oysters. Swap the squid for a sea cucumber soup. One small consistent change will make a big difference. Step 2. Prioritize quality. At the market, prioritize fresh wild-caught seafood. If using frozen, read the label. Avoid products with added salt sugar or unnecessary additives. Your choice at the counter determines your health at the dinner table. Step 3. Cook gently. How you cook is as important as what you cook. Forget deep frying. Instead, steam bake or stew. These methods preserve the good nutrients and don't create inflammatory compounds. A little olive oil, garlic, and lemon is all you need. Remember, the goal is progress, not perfection. Every better choice is a gift to yourself. We have journeyed together tonight from exposing dangerous illusions to discovering the ocean's silent guardians. The core message I want you to take with you is not just a list of do's and don'ts. It is a shift in mindset. After 60, your body is no longer a machine that can tolerate any abuse. It becomes a garden that must be tended to carefully and intentionally. Every meal you introduce is a seed you plant. That seed will either blossom into a flower of health or grow into a weed of disease. The choice is always in your hands. Today, I am not asking you to believe me blindly. I am asking you to start believing in your own body. Try making one small change. Listen to how your joints feel in the morning. Pay attention to your energy at 3 p.m. Notice your skin, your sleep. Your body will give you the answer. It will let you know when you are on the right path. If you are ready to start tending to your garden more wisely and with more care, take one small action right now. Write down in the comments below, "I am choosing to heal." This is not just a comment, it is a commitment to yourself. Let us build a community of people who do not accept decline as an inevitable part of aging, but instead choose restoration and vitality. I'm Dr. Laura. Thank you for your valuable time. Remember, taking care of yourself is not selfish. It is the highest act of self-respect. Eat wisely and stay strong. Until next time.